So, opening statements. I am so tired of people being bad with money when it comes to film. It's overwhelming. It is really bad. I'm officially saying that all non-Marvel movies that take over $100 million to make are suspicious and should be looked into for perhaps being a money laundering scheme. This movie feels like that, an incredibly intricate and very expensive money laundering scheme. So, if you've never heard of A Wrinkle in Time, you probably haven't. It came and went like a whisper in the wind, but it is a Disney film. It came out in 2018 and it costs $250 million, $250 million to produce if you include production, distribution, and advertisement. You know, a lot of money, basically. And speaking of Marvel, I was just saying that if it's over $100 million, then it's non-Marvel. I'm confused. For comparison's sake, another movie from Marvel, Black Panther, came out the same year, and it was $200 million to produce, and it made $1.3 billion. So, you know, a lot of money went into making this film, right? Wrinkle in Time, however, only made $100 million in the US and Canada with a worldwide total of $132.7 million. So is that even half? What is half of 200? That's like 170. I can't do math. What? 125. So barely over half of the money that they spent actually got made back. So give or take 120 some odd, $118 million loss. So that's a nice pretty penny that definitely didn't go into a laundering scheme. I don't know how money laundering works, by the way. I just know vaguely people give a lot of money and it don't sound right. But as far as like scores, it also bombed with reception as well. Like only 42% of critics on Rotten Tomatoes liked it. That's with 344 reviews, and only 26% of audience scores actually enjoyed this film. Fair. Well, all right, go home because I'm not much different. All right, nice seeing y'all. Welcome to court. All aboard, whatever. Not all aboard. All adjourned. Okay. So the critic consensus was basically that A Wrinkle in Time is visually gorgeous, okay, big-hearted, and occasionally quite moving. Unfortunately, it is also wildly ambitious to a fault and often less than the sum of its classic parts. So I wanted to go into plot, but the plot is incredibly convoluted and confusing, so much so that I really got taken out of the film a lot. So I'm gonna give you a very whittled down version of what actually kind of sort of happens in this movie. The movie's about 2 hours, so it drags. It's like, wow, we're still here. We're still doing this. Okay. And it's a bit of a sensory overload as well. It's just, and it's very ugly to look at oftentimes. Anyway, getting ahead of myself. Plot. It centers around, again, a lot of shit that doesn't make sense, but for the lofty attempt at just kind of making it quick and concise. The main character is 13-year-old Meg Murray, and she is suffering from a lot of depression and a lot of just feeling alone and isolated after her astrophysicist father, Alex, disappeared 4 years prior, leaving her and her little brother, Charles Wallace, whom they refer to in total, like the entire name, Charles Wallace, throughout the movie. And it is some of the most annoying shit. So for my own sanity, his name is Charles, and he's gonna be Charles this entire video. Thank you. But both of them are kind of struggling at school due to bullying and gossiping teachers who all kind of not all make fun, but some of them actually make fun of their father leaving and disappearing somewhere. Like, whoa, rude. Okay. Eventually, Meg and Charles are joined by her classmate, Calvin, and they begin to travel through time and space to find her father, because apparently he had been lost in a different time dimension through his invention that he was trying to do, and he got stuck. They visit several planets along with the help of these three kind of random witch-like people played by Reese Witherspoon, Oprah, and Mindy. What is her last name? Mindy, she was in The Office. Calling? How do you pronounce that? Yes. Named Miss What's-It, Miss Witch, and Miss Who. There you go. And then for the rest of the movie, we as the audience get the pleasure of taking the acid trip of them going to the weird different planets looking for Meg's father. We see like flowers moving and shit, and it's very uncomfortable. Like, do not watch this movie high. I think you may jump off a bridge. I think it'll be the last thing you ever see.